Hi everyone, it's Annie Creativity here. I'm back. I know it's been a while. With the move and everything, things have been a little hectic here, but I wanted to play a little bit in my glue book and my end mask. My end mask is getting quite chunky, as you can see. Trying to finish this up, or at least get close to finish, so I can do a flip through of the new pages that I've been working on. So you might get to see some of these as I work in them today. Just trying to distract myself a bit. I do have a little bit of an injury, nothing very mild, nothing too bad, but it's been a little difficult for me. So right now I am trying to distract myself so that I don't think about it and I get to have some fun in my glue books, because it's been a while. It's been a very long while since I've had a moment to just be creative. So I have a bunch of things here. This is just some of the pile of stuff I have. I got some letters here that I thought were cool, so I'm going to add to my end mask. I also have a magazine, encyclopedia. It's the old children's one, and then a bag of random cutouts. So that is all I'm going to allow myself to have. So it's less decision making. Also, I don't have to go searching for a bunch of things to get things. So this is what I have. This is what I'm using. And we'll see where I go from there. If you guys are crafting, please craft along. If I inspire you, that's amazing. Share any work that you think I inspired you to work on. I love to see everyone's creative works and how people approach things. We all approach things a little differently, and sometimes it's fun to see other people's work and get inspired by that as well. So if you are crafting and you have things that you did while we're working on this video, please share it. We have a Facebook group. It's Annie Creativities, Creations, and Inspiration. You feel free to join that group and share there, or tag me on the Instagram at Annie Creativity. So yeah, I don't know where we're gonna start working. I have quite a few pages done. I can start a new page, or I can find a page that started that I can add to it. So there's some pages that I could probably add to. So I gotta figure out where I want to work on. Here is mostly just finding what blanks I have, what space I have, and work on that. So let's open this one first. Let's try to get some of this done, or at least get some ideas of what needs to be done, and we'll visit the volume 2 glue book a little bit later. As you can see, I made quite a bit of progress on this book, and I'm actually kind of proud how it's coming out. I'm enjoying working in this. Taking my time, more time than I took with any other of my en masse attempts. This one's an actual full A to Z book, so it's a little bit different, but I like that. And then I like this saying too. I don't know if I've shared that with you in the past, but it says art is not always about pretty things. It's about who we are, what happens to us, and how our lives are affected. I think that's a good reminder, especially for people who feel like their art has to be perfect. It's not. It's just an expression of what you're dealing with in the moment, what has shaped you as a person, and how you express yourself. And I think that's something to keep in mind. If you're the type of person who can't art because they need things to be perfect or a certain way, just take that as a reminder. Try one page and try to just let yourself express whatever you're feeling in that moment and see what happens. You might surprise yourself. So my art page got quite expanded because I love art, and I end up doing these little flippy thingies. So this is pretty much done, but I might add a couple things to it. Alright, let's see. I have no more space for bees unless they're small. I'm just trying to flip through really quick. See, there's some spaces, but not much. I'm going to look at letters first, and then I'm going to dive in. D, I don't have a D there. Do I have an E? No. G? It's getting kind of filled. Let me see how it will look. I'm gonna cut the G out and see if I can fit it here. Okay, so I have this really cool looking G. Can I put it somewhere? I mean, I don't want to cover the fact that this is a G. Let's see. Can I put it here? And that might work there. It covers a little bit, but you can still see that this is a G on both of them. So far that looks promising. Is this too big? Yes. That covers. Okay, yeah, I think that's where I'm going to put it. Right here. Just because it's so cool looking. And I always try to fit in. So like it looks like it's done, right? This page looks like it's done. But I always try to look at my pages when it comes to letters and see all the little tiny spaces here. Fill those in too. And it just adds to the look of it all. Makes it fuller, more dynamic. And then it just looks cool. So I like to squeeze in. There's a lot of white space here that I can probably squeeze in a bunch of little G's if I have them. Alright, what other letters I have here? No H's, any I's. There's an I, but that's the one I don't like. It's these kind of I's. I can use it because I can put it on black. But I usually do not cut those out because they seem boring to me. But these have a little bit of texture on them that I like, so I'm going to use them. And I also don't like using them because you can't tell if they're I's or if they're L's sometimes. So I usually like the ones with the dots or lines or something clear as day that is an I, but I'm going to make an exception for this one. We got a lot of black space here, so it'll fit perfectly right there. All right, let's keep going. Okay, and we do have space on the M page. So let's cut this M up. Let's see where we're going to put this at. I can put it right here. And it looks like that's might be where I put them because I don't want to cover this spot over here. So let's just put it there and it fits perfectly in that spot. Do I have any N's? No. I do have an O. And my O's page is getting quite filled. It's so cool looking. I love the old page because I got to like play around with the composition of the old page, have the O's go in different ways, and that just makes it look cool and interesting. You're just putting letters on a page, so you have to find ways to make it pop. And that definitely worked. Let me trim the edges so it's a little more cleaner. And putting them inside each other, putting them in different ways, using different fonts, different colors, different styles. Sometimes that just brings the page more alive. Makes it seem more like an art piece and less of a just plain old page where you're just putting all your letters in. So just keep that in mind if you're trying to figure out why my page doesn't look as good or what I can do to elevate it. Those are some ideas to keep in mind. And I know I've said them before, but they're worth repeating. Alright, nothing here, nothing here. Let's keep going. Do I have an R? No, I don't. I do have a U, but there's not much space on the U. Wait, did I skip S? Yes, I did. Okay. I do have space on the S page. Now, in this book, I didn't do a symbol page. I thought about it, but I ran out of space, so it's fine. But sometimes symbol pages are really cool to look at, too. These just stay as letters. Nice. Alright. Anything else? No. No more letters here that I found. So we're going to stop with the letters, and then I'm going to look at what images I have and flip to the sections. I'm trying not to leave it too open on this because I am going to do a flip through, and I don't want to spoil some of what you see here. If you get little bits, that's fine. I just don't want to show you the whole book now and then there's nothing to be surprised about later. So I'm just trying to keep that in mind. So give me 1 second and I'll start the next part of this book. See where I can fill in. Just put a couple little images here and see if I end up using them. I have a bunch of small little cutouts, so I might try to use them in one way or another. Maybe not on this page, but we will see. Let me just line some of them up. Face parts are perfect on a collage. Butterflies, cars, those are all good elements to use. Birds. So if you're thinking of what do I use in my collage to kind of make a symbolic thing or just add to my stuff, my pointing where different elements are going to go, think of these things. Fingers, hands, they work really well too. Eyes, lips, butterflies, birds, dragonflies, they're great. Watch faces, when you cut out this little circle or watch face, sometimes it's good to play around with that. Not too much, because then it can be just like boring after a while, just using that over and over again. But sometimes you can use it and it elevates the item, so just keep that in mind. Transportation in some way, boats, planes, cars, trucks, that kind of thing, can help with a piece as well. So let's see where we're gonna go. These are big, so I don't use that. Big. For instance, see, has big one. That would be cool. Even if I only use half of that sticking out of someone, that would be really cool. Just to kind of look at. Plus, it's got those contrast colors of white and black, so that definitely will play on a page. And then the butterfly. Numbers, symbols from a different language. Sunglasses, sometimes I like cutting them off because you can put them on someone and it would be really cool looking. Bear with me here. I think that might be the last of the little stuff that I'm going to use. Because I'm keeping a lot of the big stuff for my glue book. So I don't want to use all of that too much either. So for now, I think that's something good. Here's some colorful dots. So we'll see what I end up using here. I might not use it, or I might use it. We don't know. Another Barbie, a gem. Alrighty, so I can put the rest away, and we'll focus on the categories that we need to fill. And sometimes as you fill the book, it can get a little tricky on what else would be good on the page or be what other categories, because you already filled so much of the book that it can be a little bit difficult. And that's kind of where I'm at. I have a couple pages that do not have spots filled in or categories, and I'm still kind of stuck, but I don't want to just choose a category just because it fits and then be unhappy with the page later. I want to be wanting to look through this book and re-see all my art and re-see the categories that I picked and have them be interesting and fun to look at. If I do something I'm not happy with, I'm not going to want to look at the book again or look at those pages, and that's no fun. Because you spend a lot of time working on them, you want to be able to enjoy looking at them. So my bird page is quite filled, but I can fill this somewhere. And I like that it's contrasted. It's a black bird. It's simple. It's not very colorful, which means it will be fine on the page and it will pop. So let's see if we can put them somewhere that looks cool. Just gonna fussy cut them out real quick. Okay, just one little spot left. Okay, so I can put him here. His head will get lost a bit though. I can put him tilting and cut his feet off, and he would be a little bit more visible there. So that's an option. I could just have his head poking out, but it's not as fun. Sometimes the best thing about the bird is the fact that they have those beautiful wings, and you want to see that. So I don't want to post it without it. Kind of looks okay there, depending on where I put them, because then it starts to get lost in this corner right here. Can't really see him because the background's too dark. So thinking that might be the best spot for him. But what I'll do is I'll have him tilting downwards. You'll get to see the wings, you'll get to see the head, but I'll just cut off the feet. I think that'll be alright there. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, and we're just going to go in and trim this bottom. Okay, so that's our bird page. And we got circles. This one I'm not as happy as I was initially when I started, but I do like circles, and I think I can definitely make this come back. So this is just any circles that I find in our books and stuff. So let's open our book. Let's see if we find any circles. There's circles with animals in them. You got this circle. I like this circle better. It's not a full circle, so we're gonna have to cover it up with another circle, but it's pretty cool. Or I can put them on the end of a page. So you don't notice that it's being cut off. So let me trim it a bit. It needs to be on dark. I'm trying to find the right place because unfortunately it does cut off. Alright, we're gonna hold on to this. We're gonna keep it there, but we're not gonna use it yet because I think there needs to be some dark around the back of it so it pops. But I still like that. And even though it's not a perfect circle, we can work with it. Let's see if I see anything. Still looking. Trying to flip through really quickly. We have a gorgeous butterfly over there, so it's definitely going to get cut. Put that to the side so I remember to cut it. We have some buttons here. I already have a couple buttons, but I like this really yellow button here, and I like this red button here, so I'm going to cut those out as best as I can, because we all know I suck at cutting. And then we're going to take a little bit of a look in our magazine and see if we see any more circles that we want to use. Here goes the red one. And it kind of will stand out there because of the complementary color thing where it's red and green. Over there. I know that the red one went right away. The yellow one, I'm still trying to think. I think that might be a good spot for it, but it's not perfect like this one seems to be. And this is just a lid for like some kind of packaging. Let's put it next to yellow. It might be a bad idea to put yellow on top of yellow, but I do like the black and yellow, so we're just gonna do that. Alrighty, let's just quickly look through this magazine, see if I find any more circles. I want to use. There are some of these little ones that I might cut out, but let's first find big ones, because little ones we can always squeeze in. Big ones are good to put on first. This is a really big circle. And had I started out with it, it would have been great to put in the center, but because I don't have that much space, we're not going to use that. Okay, so it looks like this one may not be helpful. These vases are pretty cute, but they're not circles, so we're not going to pay attention to them right now. Okay, so this one's not sticked in, but that's okay. We're coming back for that one. And let's see. I do need some categories for D, guys. So if you have an idea for what I can make a category of with the letter D, please leave a comment below in this video. And if I use your suggestion, I'll give you quite a big shout out on the next video that I reveal it. I also need a category for the letter O. So if you have a category for the letter O, do the same thing. Leave a comment below. If I use it the next time I show the book, I will give you a shout out on that letter. And finally, the letter P is quite empty as well. So D as in dog, O, and P. Those are the letters that I need things to be filled in. So if you do have an idea, sorry, I knocked the camera a bit. If you have an idea of what I can use to fill up these pages and be a good category, please leave it in a comment below. And if I use it, like I said, I will give you a shout out. So I'm going to glance quickly on this book, look at the header pages that have. What I mean by header pages is it's after I do the category, I do a page that kind of sums up the letter and has like different things about that letter. So I'm going to go look at that quickly, see if there's anything I want to fill. If not, we will jump from this book to the next book where I can be a little more creative in. And we'll come back to this another day. I want to hide the fact that that's not a perfect circle, just so it looks more like an apple. Like I said, I'm not trying to be absolutely perfect. But I do want it to have the appearance of being a full apple, so there goes that. And quickly change to another page. That one's full. Do I have anything? No, I kind of like the giraffe with big humongous glasses on him, so I'm going to put that on there. And it's cute because hopefully you can still tell it's a giraffe, but he's got his tongue out too, so it's just cute. Yeah, it's really cute. Oh, and I need something for P. I already have a pig. I have a pig right here. Do you think it'd be too much to have another pig? Fuck it, I'm doing it. And let that be a reminder that this is not intended for children, so that if children are watching, please have adult supervision so they can monitor the content you are watching. I just really think this pig is really cute. It's got eyelashes and flower and stuff, and I like that the number just so happens to be on the pig. It just gives a little bit of an interest. Okay, there goes the pig. Just gonna put a little bit of glue on him and set him right on the page. Or her. It has nice, pretty eyelashes. It could be a her. Or it could be a pretty him. Who knows? Where do I want it? The blue pops right here, but then it's right next to the pig. I could have it like they're almost kissing. And put it there. Or maybe this pig is looking at the other pig. Who knows? But I like it on the blue. I think because of the flower and the fact that blue and orange are contrast colors. Alright. There goes the pig. have anything else I want to cut and add to the page. These cute little babies. They're so chunky. Nope. Alright. So I know I didn't work much in the en masse book. I'm going to call it a day with the en masse. We'll revisit this when I have new images and ideas for working on it. But it is, as you can see, it's getting quite full and it's getting quite chunky, which has been nice. I did use a spiral bound, so it allows for it to expand a bit. So far no problems with this book. And I can't wait till I finish this so I can share all of the pages with you guys. Alright, so let's bring out my Volume 2 glue book. Let's see if there's a place I want to add to. Okay. This might have something to add to because the magazine I have has a bit of like architectural type things, design type things, and maybe there might be some things here. Now this page is mostly going to be inspired by this quote about gold. And if you can't read here, it says, in Japan, broken objects are often repaired with gold. The flaw is seen as a unique piece of the object's history, which adds to its beauty, which I thought was lovely, especially for an art book. And a reminder that we don't need to have everything be perfect. We don't need to try to hide flaws, because often that's what gives a character, that's what makes it stand out, that's what makes it unique. So that's just a reminder that. But I love all the gold and black, so I'm trying to keep this mostly gold and black. It is a bit random with stuff, but I still want to keep it those colors. Have a bit of gold here, but it's like a door, but I like the block of gold, so I might still use it. Where's my scissors? I mean, it's nothing special, it's just gold, but I might layer stuff on top of it, and I just want to keep adding bits of gold around the page, so sometimes it doesn't really need to be a reason. You just cut something out and think it needs to be on the page. I'll fix that in a minute. Just I want to trim this down quite a bit because there's not much space in that corner. And I think this needs to be in this corner, because this will give it a frame, like it'll frame the edge of the page, and then I can layer something on top of that. I will have to trim it some more. As you can see, it's way too big for that side, but we'll trim it up. Okay. Not much left that we had to trim, so that's pretty good. I did a good job trimming it up. Okay, there was that. Is there any other gold and black that I see I'm going to pay attention? Quite a bit of gold around here. This is kind of cool, but I don't know if I want it on this page. Do I want it on this page? Let me see. Oh, it looks like it got quite a bit cut, but it's still fine. Still usable, because I don't want the whole picture. I just want the bed and the canopy. Let me see. I think it'll work in my page. Now this is something I would have looked at this page and was like, I don't think I need to put it here, but for some reason right now it wants to be on the page, so let's put it on the page. Sometimes you just gotta go with the flow, see where it happens. I don't know, maybe here. kind of has that curve that goes with that. Also, I tend not to question them too much when I have those kind of ideas, because there's a reason why you have that idea, and sometimes it's something in the background of your brain that likes it for whatever reason. So maybe it's the composition, maybe it's a repetition, maybe it's the texture. Sometimes things that you don't always pick up on your own, but your brain already picks it up and sees something, and it just like calls it to your attention. So sometimes I just like to listen to that part of my brain, because it may see something that I didn't see originally. And I think it looks kind of cool. And I need to fix this little corner. Just know, depending on what kind of glues you use, if it's not a strong glue, the edges may pick up again. And if that bothers you, change your glue. If it doesn't, you just might need to go back and re-glue edges. Okay. I like that. I think it fits really well there. Okay, so we have some of this. Let me see. I like it, but let's see if I like it for the page. I like the repetition. I like the threes, like almost like a rule thirds type thing, and that everything's not in the middle. Some of the focal is actually on this side over here, or this side over here, which I like. That's rule of thirds, where it's not in the middle. And it's actually funny that not only is it real thirds, but it is three pieces. So it just kind of, I don't know, maybe I read too much into things, but it's appealing to me. Where do I want it? I know it needs to be here now that I put it on the page, but where? That's a good question. Maybe here. It breaks up that black a bit, and this is kind of plain, and it's not bad by itself, but that gives a little bit of interest. And it also has 3 scratches, 3 here, that repetition and pattern. And I'm a little weird. I pick up on little things like that. So that may not be something you care about, but that's something I pick up on. Okay. I want some of this pattern. I'm not sure it'll work, so I'm going to test it. I want to add more black to the page. So I'm going to cut this up, and we're going to test and see if I like it. So I'm just going to put it on the side for now. Okay. It kind of fits like really well there. It's not horrible there. I mean, I could put it here, but then I'd have to cut it off considerably. And then I only have a little piece to work for. And I do like it there. But I also like that it closes up the space pretty nicely here. I like it better behind the bed. I had my razor, but not currently, so I'm gonna have to just cut really well with the scissors. tuck that in there with my nail. There you go. I'm gonna put that here. Okay. Squeeze that in there so it looks like that was part of the page. I'm gonna fix this little corner here so it's not so pokey and sharp above the heart. And because we don't have it all the way, I'm just gonna rip that. I can hide this little imperfection there. That's not a big issue. And I realized what I just said. Put that aside. I think that's enough for this page. It's coming along quite nicely. I really am enjoying that. Where is my bag of random? Let's see what I see. Pattern. Some more gold that I can probably go back and add. This is cool. And this will be a little funny reminder for you guys to disinfect your phones. In light of this new pandemic we are dealing with, make sure you're disinfecting your phones, because I bet you guys touch that in gazillion different ways and all through the day, and not always think about the germs that are attached to your phone. So spray some disinfectant, get that baby clean before you touch it again, and spread the germs. That was your PSA announcement, guys. Just because I found it randomly in my random kit. Oh, this is pretty. I like that. Would it go on this page? The orange is too bright. We got some lovely eyes. There's a lot of little pieces in here, so sorry I'm not showing. Just digging in this a little bit. Annoying because there's a lot of little pieces. This is good. This is good. This is good. So we'll see if I use those pieces. This. I do have a couple more images of sunflowers. Where's my other sunflower? I have another fan. It won't work for this one. I mean, it kind of looks cool up there, but not sure I want it there. But it's pretty cool looking. And we have a statue. I do need to find a better way of organizing everything. But since the move, everything's like thrown in baggies and boxes. So that's why I'm kind of like, I should have probably took some things out beforehand, but I don't know exactly what is where, because things got moved about quite a bit. Let's just stay with that for now. This won't work here. I don't like the orange. Is there anything else square that I want to use there? No. This page is just a bit of random, but I seem to like the repetition in the squares and shapes. So that's the only thing I'm thinking of when I'm working on that page. I'm gonna add this somewhere. No. Let's see if I want to hide that. I like it better. Not enough contrast. I need more fussy cut stuff to fit in this, like these things were to make it blend a little bit more. So I had to find, this is just gonna be my blending page. Like, what can I make blend in there and make it look cool? I'm getting a little uncomfortable, so I might be ending this video and call it a day. And there's a lot more I need to work on, be more creative. I didn't do a full page, I just kind of jumped around. But I hope, nevertheless, that you enjoyed yourself. Maybe you got an idea from it. Whatever, maybe you just enjoy watching me create. Either way, I thank you guys for watching. Please stay tuned. I will promise to bring more content your way. And if you are interested, maybe you're in a rut, maybe you need some fresh ideas or fresh things, I still am selling my grab bags, original mixed up grab bags, $7, and color grab bags, $7.50, and envelopes of mass letters and numbers. So if that's about $3.50, and this is not including shipping, but depending on where your shipping is, it shouldn't be that much. And if you purchase more than one thing from me, I can all ship it together, so that way you're only paying shipping once. So just, reach out to me on Facebook or Instagram. If you don't have those, you can reach out here, but I do need a way of contacting you that's private, because I will be asking for your address and your email for invoice and shipping your items. So I don't want to put that out for everyone to see. So keep that in mind and get a hold of me if you're interested. I plan to do some more work in these books, and also this book, which I started messing around in. That one's just completely random glue booking. So those will be coming in the future. I also have a couple of mini books. I have to find my one mini book, but I do have this one that I'm working in. This is the mini book I made out of a magazine, and I added some paint to the background. So I do have these for a small scale that I could work in as well. If you're looking for anything specific, please leave a comment below, and maybe I will be addressing that in the future as well. Anyway, stay crafting and stay safe and be nice to each other. And I'll see you on the next video.